I'm Vienna, and yes, like the city in Austria. And no, not like the sausage. I've traveled across 20 countries on 5 continents. And here's the part that usually makes people blink twice. I'm only 14. I know, it sounds a little weird. How can a young teenager, a freshman in high school, travel the world like an adult? How does that even happen? Well, that's exactly what I want to talk about today. In this video, I want to explain why travel isn't just for adults, why teens can absolutely do it too, and why starting young might actually be the smartest thing you'll ever do. But before we get into all that, let me tell you a little more about who I am. Like I said, I'm 14. I live in the US. My mom and I have traveled to 35 states in my home country, traveled across 5 continents to 20 countries, and I'm definitely not done yet. I'm already planning my 1 year solo trip across Europe when I graduate from high school. Even though I'm only 14, I take the money I used to waste on things I can't even remember buying and decided to invest $50 a month into an S&P 500 index fund. This fund is a way where you can invest your money with less risk. Instead of buying stock from a specific company and timing the market, buying an index fund does that for you, except it buys across many companies, and you have a lower risk of losing money because your money is spread out instead of being in one place. I think it's never too early to begin planting seeds that will grow bigger as time goes on. What do you think? My mom has been a great example for me in this area. I've watched her go from zero money to applying simple steps to give herself a plan to financial freedom much earlier than most people while traveling with me on my school vacations to 20 countries over 5 continents. I must say, watching my mom's financial portfolio and my own investments grow is really exciting. But the travel adventures we go on is one of the things in this world I love the most. As a travel duo, we've dialed in the travel adventure part over the past decade. This works like a fine-tuned machine for us so we can see and experience new places, peoples, and cultures. I would recommend you check out my video called What is Wandering Vienna, where I share the tools we use to snag plane tickets 50% off. I'm not here to give financial advice to anyone. Remember, I'm only 14. I'm just learning earlier than most people. And I don't know everything. Not even trying to. My channel and blog called Wandering Vienna focuses on sharing how to begin your own travel adventures and travel the world now, not later. I've chosen to focus on budgeting basics of money, basics of using index funds, time in the market versus timing the market. While focusing on the fun travel, you can have along investing money for your future, both at the same time. I do want to make something very clear. The things I share are from my mom and I's experience. This is what has worked for us, and you're invited to come along and voyage the world one country at a time, like we've done, if you choose to. I would describe myself as amiable, analytical, and a little quirky. I started this channel, Wandering Vienna, because I wanted to help other teens and adults realize that travel and financial freedom may be possible for them too. I want to share what I've learned about money being just a tool, not a goal, and what worked for my mom and I on how to fund travel adventures and show that you don't have to wait until you're the retired older person to travel or richer or more ready to see the world. You can start now. You can start small. You can start exactly where you are. Now that you know a bit about me, let's get into this big question. Why isn't travel just for adults? Travel is honestly one of the best things you can do to prepare yourself for adulthood. It's like a real life training program that's fun. When you travel, you learn how to communicate with people from different backgrounds, cultures, and languages. You learn how to navigate unfamiliar places, sometimes with maps, sometimes with apps, and sometimes by just trusting your instincts and hoping you didn't accidentally walk into someone's private garden. Travel also teaches you how to manage money. When you're on the road, you have to make choices. Do you buy that snack now or save your money for something cooler later? Do you splurge on a souvenir or do you put that money towards your next adventure? If you want to learn more about finance for teens, make sure to watch my video, A Penny Saved is a Penny Earned. This video breaks down how small choices add up to big opportunities. And here's something people don't talk about enough. Traveling as a teen hits differently. If you wait until you're an adult to start traveling, yes, you'll still learn a lot. Travel is always valuable, but you won't get the same raw, untapped potential that comes from traveling young. Adults are amazing, but they're also a little more set in their ways. They've already formed their habits, their routines, their beliefs. Teens, on the other hand, are still shaping who they are. We're more open to new ideas, new perspectives, and new ways of thinking. Travel becomes part of the foundation of who you're becoming, not just something you do for fun. If there's one message I want to give anyone who dreams of traveling, it's this: don't wait. Don't wait until you're older. Don't wait until you retire. Don't wait until you have enough money, because trust me, life will always find a way to throw something else at you. Adults love to talk about someday. Someday they'll travel. Someday they'll explore the world. Someday they'll start investing money for their future. Someday they'll finally live life to the fullest. But by the time someday arrives, who knows if they'll still have the time, the energy, or the ability to do it. Together, my mom and I followed some simple steps that has led to an amazing life traveling the world during school breaks and how to automate investing my money now at 14 for my future. I'm really excited about these simple mindsets I've learned. So start now. Start as soon as you can, even if your first trip is small. Even if it's just a nearby city or a weekend getaway. It still counts, it still matters, it still shapes you. Now that we've talked about why you should travel, let's talk about how to actually make it happen. If you want a more in-depth guide, check out my two videos, How I Balance the School and World and What Makes Wandering Vienna. But here's the short version. First, teens already have built-in travel opportunities. School breaks. Spring, summer, fall, and winter. These are perfect windows for adventure. You don't have to wait for the perfect moment. You already have your when. Next, you need your where. This is where something I call your wander window comes in. Make a list of the top 10 places you want to go. Don't overthink it, just write the places you've always wanted to go down. Then start tracking prices on sites like Priceline or Skyscanner. Watch the trends. Wait for the right moment. When the price drops, that's your sign. Now, let's talk about funding your travel. There are two main methods I use. A penny saved is a penny earned, and plugging the holes in your pockets. Plugging the holes in your pockets means paying attention to where your money is going. What are you spending on without thinking? What habits could you cut down, even just a little? You don't have to stop everything, you just need to be more aware. Every dollar you save goes into your adventure fund, a bank account you only touch for travel. That money becomes your plane tickets, your food, your experiences, becomes your freedom. To get a more deep understanding of this concept, make sure to watch my video, Plugging the Holes in Your Pockets. And here's the best part. This works no matter who you are. You don't have to be rich. You don't have to be famous. You just have to be intentional. And travel isn't just about seeing cool places. It's also about the people you experience those places with. As a teen, you need to travel with an adult, whoever that is for you. For me, it's my mom. And honestly, traveling together has brought us closer than we ever would have been otherwise. When you're sharing Airbnb rooms, navigating airports, and surviving a million games of Uno, you get to know each other on a whole different level. You learn patience, teamwork, and how to laugh even when things go wrong. Some of my favorite memories aren't even from the big tourist attractions. They're from the tiny moments, like trying a new food that neither of us could pronounce, getting lost in a city and discovering something amazing by accident, laughing so hard in a hotel that the people next door probably think we're crazy. Those moments matter because they stay with you. Travel is the reason I've had experiences that many people 20 years older than me haven't had. I've seen the world, the good, the bad, and the wonderfully weird. And trust me, you can't forget the weird. If you only ever know the borders of your state or your country, then how much of the world do you actually understand? Travel opens your eyes. It makes you curious. It makes you kinder. It makes you realize that the world is so much bigger than your daily routine. You start to see how people live differently, think differently, and still find joy in their own ways. You start to understand that there isn't one right way to live. Before I wrap this up, I want to leave you with this. Take advantage of being young. Use this time to explore, to learn, to grow. Travel isn't just for adults, it's for anyone who wants to understand the world and themselves a little better. Take a moment to think about where you want to go. Picture it, imagine it. Imagine yourself there, and then start taking steps, even tiny ones, toward making it real. Thank you so much for listening. If you want to support this channel, make sure to like and subscribe to Wandering Vienna. And come back soon because trust me, there's always more to explore. Bye!